you're looking for a cheap coin service that's reliable, footcoinsellers.com, undeniable. The service is fast, it's instant, it's quick, and it's rapid. Use promo code ZWE at the checkout.
What's happening, boys? It's Tibak here, and welcome to the first upload of the day, bringing you guys a 2018 Germany World Cup prediction video of what I think the German national team might look like come 2018. That's gonna be 4 years away. A lot of players are gonna have aged. A lot of youth talent is gonna have advanced to the point where they can actually start making some caps for the national team. So we're gonna take a look at some stuff. Again, this is purely speculative. There's no way for me to cover every option and every scenario, so I'm just gonna go with what I think possibly could happen with some of my own input. All right, so Manuel Neuer is the no-brainer, but as far as Roman Weidenfeller is concerned, he's going to be 36 when 2018 rolls around. Sorry, he's going to be 37. So I don't know if he makes the trip. However, I think Ter Stegen, who just signed for Barcelona, is going to make the trip. He will only be 26 years old, and he is an up-and-coming keeper who could be possibly the next Neuer. We shall see, but he signed for Barcelona. If he's good enough for Barcelona, there's probably a good chance that he's good enough for the German national team. I think he makes the trip as the backup, possibly the third keeper on the German national team. Let's move on over to right back. All right, guys, at right back, really, there's no decision. I mean, Lahm is going to be 34 years old, but he's the player that's built the sort of way that I think he's going to be able to sustain himself at right back. It worked for the national team. Against France, against Brazil, and against Argentina, he played the right back position. Although, you know, if he gets up there, if he's slowed down a bit, they might move him in that central central midfield position, defensive midfielder position that he plays so well at Bayern and had a little bit of success with in the World Cup. But again, that'll be experimental. We will see what happens there. Let's move on over to our first center back. All right, guys, at center back, we're going to go with one given, and then we're going to go with one that might be flying under the radar. There's a medal called the Fritz Walter Award that is given in the Bundesliga to outstanding young German players, and this guy won it in the under 18 category as well as the under 19 category in 2013. It is none other than Matthias Ginther. He actually made the trip with the national team, so he had this entire experience in 2014 to kind of see what it was all about and how it worked. I don't think he got any playing time, but he is definitely a player to look out for, an up-and-coming young talent. And obviously, Hummels and Boateng will both be 29 at the next World Cup. This guy's only 22 years old, so he'll be 26 in his prime. Let's move on over to our second center back. All right, guys, we just have to put in Hummels there. He might have some injury concern. That is the only question with Hummels, but we are going to insert him into the squad. Again, Boateng will probably fill the spot of Ginther. Ginther might come on as a strong sub if need be, depending on how, depending on what happens with Lahm, they might go back to something where they did like Hübbe is at left back, Hummels at center back, Boateng at center back, and then figure out a way to, I don't know, maybe fit Mertesacker in there somehow, but they might do something along those lines. We will see. Let's move on over to our left back. All right, guys, at left back, I'm thinking they probably go with Schmelzer. He didn't make the trip due to injury, but I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to go with a little bit more youth. They might bring Schmelzer on. Schmelzer on the trip. But there's a player that plays for Dortmund. He's in FIFA, he's a silver. But Durm, he has a bunch of Champions League experience. He actually made the trip in 2014, didn't get much playing time at all. I think he had some qualifying playing time, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if he got some time. He'll be like 25, 24 when 2018 comes around, so he will again be one of those players in his prime, perhaps not with enough experience to crack the starting lineup, but might actually get some serious playing time. So that is the back line and the keeper situation discussed. Let's move on over to the midfield. All right, guys, so midfield is kind of where it gets tricky. Khedira will be 31 and Schweini will be 33. Not exactly spring chickens, but again, you don't need to be the fastest player to play midfield, but both of them have injury concerns. 4 years is a lot of time. There could be a serious injury that takes one of them out. You know, they both have knee injuries. They both have lower leg, lower body injuries that continue to plague them. Khedira missed a bunch of time, missed the final against Argentina because of it, and then Schweinsteiger, man, he was not in 100% at all. But so what we're going to do is we're going to go with some speculative ads. And we are going to go ahead and place a cam. In FIFA, he's a cam. I don't know if he starts out as a cam or if he starts as a midfielder. But Julian Draxler, who made the trip, probably will get more playing time in the next World Cup. Let's go fill out the other side as well. He is not a silver. Hold on. You guys might know him as the player that came on for Khedira when he was injured. It is Kramer. He got that concussion, could barely play for about 5 minutes, and then he was knocked out. But Kramer, Julian Draxler, part of that youth talent, the next group that needs to be stepping up in place of the older players. Again, I'm not saying these guys are going to start, but they're probably going to get some serious playing time. And then at cam, probably some combination of Ozil and Toni Kroos. So let's see. Let's go ahead and insert our man Ozil. Got his inform card there. I can't believe it goes for like 400,000 coins. That is some combination of Schweinsteiger, Khedira, Draxler, Kramer, Ozil at the midfield position is something I would expect to see at the next World Cup. Again, this is the younger portion of it. Crazy to believe Mesut Ozil will be 29 in 2018, which is, just goes to show that Germany are going to have to rely on their youth talent, which they're doing a great job of. There are many young players in the Bundesliga that they're putting through the academies that are going to be able to step up. Let's move on to our left mid and our right mid. All right, guys, at left mid, I don't think there's any question about it when healthy. Imagine if they had him. Imagine if they had Marco Reus at the actual tournament healthy. I think they might have won a couple games more convincingly, especially against Argentina. They might have scored a little early, but then again, that's all speculative. Argentina had a bunch of chances that they probably should have made, and there's a mosquito, and I didn't get it. But anyway, Marco Reus on that side. Let's move on to the other side of the pitch. Reus will only be 29. Let's go check out who's at the right mid position. And again, guys, this is not a tough decision at all. It is going to be Thomas Müller. He is arguably the best player on the team. Outside of maybe Manuel Neuer, I'm looking around and I see Kroos is a promising talent, but I would say Thomas Müller is probably the best player on the team. In terms of attacking, for sure, he's an extremely important, integral part. Mesut Ozil gets overlooked a lot. People don't really... He doesn't look like he's doing a whole lot, but he plays with the ball extremely well when it's close to him, and he makes really good passes. I think he had the second or third most passes on the team, which was something that stands out about him. And let's move on to the striker position. All right, guys, at striker, Miro Klose, obviously, he's going to be about 40 by the time 2018 rolls around. I'm kidding. I'm not sure exactly how old he is. I think he's 36 now, so he will be 40 in the next World Cup. He won't make the trip. Maybe he'll retire and come on as a manager or something like that. He has to have some role. But Mario Götze, I've got his I-Man of the match card, paid 1.6 million coins for it. So what I think happens is... Mario Gomez is going to be somewhere between 29 and 30, but Götze is only going to be like 26. So, I don't know. Götze, game-winning goal versus Argentina. I'm not sure how big of an effect that has, but they took out Klose and brought in Götze at the striker position, so this is something that theoretically could happen. They experimented with some false nine type stuff early in the tournament, but who knows? There's a bunch of other younger players that we can look over really quickly. Hermann should make the trip. Gündoğan should make the trip. Grosskreutz should make the trip. Podolski, he definitely makes the trip. Oh, I say definitely, but who knows? I mean, if they need space, if they got some young guys they want to get experience, I think it makes sense to have Podolski come. He should be, he'll be 32 or 33. And then Timo Werner is one of those young players who is only, I think he's like 20 years old right now. He'll be 24 in 2018. And he's one of those rising talents. That Fritz Walter Award that I was talking about, he won it last year for the under 17. What was it? What did he win? 2013. He won it for the under 17. So yeah, he's not even 18 yet. If that, he's 18 years old. So he'll be like 22 when the World Cup comes around. Again, there's Emre Can, who's in the Premier League now. So there's a bunch of young guys that I don't have on display here that'll probably make it. Not going to get a game because that's not really the point. I'm not trying to put together a squad that you can use. This is more of a discussion to be had. But I want you guys to let me know what you think I've said right, what you would think I've done wrong. If there's any players that I've left out, again, Toni Kroos should be, yeah, he's there in the subs. But I think this is something that this is what the team might resemble come 2018. It'll be fun to revisit this video if it's still up. Hopefully, it is still up in 2018 to see if I was right and to see what kind of adjustments have been made. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If we could blast 1,500 likes, that would be fantastic. As well, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Panini Pack Pink Slips will be the second upload. Till next time, tschüss, later, ade. What's happening, boys? And it's finally here, guys. I am doing a room, kitchen, and gym tour, so it might be a long video, might not be, I don't know, it depends how quickly I get into it. Jade is going to be featured in it because she's a little nervous. There's a thunderstorm brewing in the distance,